Cheers, everybody. How you doing today? It's a Sunday session with Susan. Hope you're all having a great day. Your cup is full of happiness and that glass is full of gratitude. So you're ready to check out some properties. All of these are going to be in North Carolina. So if any of you are looking for a house under $39,000 in North Carolina, this episode is for you. So let's get moving. We're going to venture into some areas here. Now this house right here is fresh off the listing press. It's on 3/4 of an acre, so not quite an acre, but more than a half. It's 1,760 square feet of living space, and it has 5 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's $38,900. Been on the market only 2 days, and we're headed into Roxobel, North Carolina, 27872 at 610 South Main, so maybe we're not too far out of town. So let's check it out and see what we're getting for $38,900. Welcome to How Much House for the Money, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. If you're new to the channel, you're welcome to subscribe and hit that like button, because this is where we venture through state to state, through town to town, see how much house, cabins, and acreage we can get for our money, and sometimes we even look at the churches. So we're going to begin here in Roxobel, North Carolina. Anybody want to move to Roxobel and spend under $39,000 for a house? This one might suit your needs, and it's large. You can maybe share it with somebody. All right, so what we see right off the bat, we have a covered porch, we have a brick structure, and maybe the siding up above is cedar shakes. Again, have those home inspections, have your general contractors come in. If you want 3/4 of an acre, it looks like we have some outbuildings in the back. It looks pretty private from this photograph right here. Now in Roxobel, North Carolina, we are in Bertie County. That's Bertie. Population's 240 people. And the real estate tax rate in North Carolina is 0.73%. Lower than that median average of 0.99. Look at this. Good sized property right here. Now it's hard to determine if the brick structure goes all the way to the roof line, but we do see a shingle roof. We do see 2 covered side porches. Now maybe this was a 2-family. When you get there in person, you can get down to the fine details. You may want to ask how long the home has been vacant. Ask about the utility bills. Very interesting right here. $38,900. You're welcome to venture through these episodes and meander and see just how much house we get for our money in different states and different towns. So here we do have a nice patio space and a walkway. Plenty of room for that pop of color in North Carolina. You can add a lot of perennials. 3/4 of an acre. You can have backyard chickens for sure. So when this all grows up, it's going to be a lot more lush, of course, as spring rolls into summer. Very pretty lot. Roxobel, North Carolina in Bertie County. So there's our outbuildings. Never know. This one has a little front door on it. You never know what we're going to find inside of that one. And this one is a concrete block building. Better to have the storage buildings than not, I would say. How's everybody out there doing today? Cheers, everybody. Hope you're all having a great one wherever you are. Be nice if that were brick all the way to that roof line. Windows are recessed in the lower level there. Three-quarters of an acre, and this house is $38,900, and these are the list prices. Never be afraid to make an offer. Base your offer on what you feel the home is worth to you, the condition and the results of your home inspections. I'm not sure if they're going to show us the inside. Gives you more reason to go there and check it out, I guess. And I do leave the descriptions for the listing agencies and the counties and the addresses in the description box below of this video. Interesting piece of property. You got a 1,700 square foot structure that we can see is at least half brick with a couple of outbuildings and 610 South Main Street. So let's get a look of the street view here. So Don't really see it, so we're tucked back behind the trees. You've got open fields all around, which is great. And we research the neighborhoods. You do diligence, but must be down this driveway. That looks really sweet. It's very private. And let's look at our satellite view. So here we are in Bertie County, Roxobel, North Carolina. Has a nice ring to it. So we're going to move out here. So there's the coast. So we're in northern North Carolina, I would say. We're above Williamston. So you've got Kitty Hawk over here. Probably take you maybe a couple of hours to get over there. Rocky Mount, Raleigh to the south, as well as Greenville. And there's the Virginia line right here. Then when we look at our satellite view, there we are. Ahoske's up here to the northeast. And that is where we are. Roxobel, North Carolina right there. 610 Main Street. Not a sweet... I'd say that's a sweet find for somebody that wants a larger structure. Some might not call that large, but 5 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. But maybe you could turn it into a 2-family. It's only been on the market 2 days. Has a lot of uses, I would say. Calling all investors, first-time home buyers that want to rent one side and live in the other. Why not? Transform a diamond in the rough into a lucrative investment. And it's a 2-story home, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths. Let's see. Does require a total rehab, so more than likely a rehab loan may qualify, or you're a cash buyer with 3/4 of an acre. I'm not sure if this would qualify for one of those rural rehab loans, but you never know until you do some research. Situated in the heart of Main Street, so your proximity to stores, restaurants, and your medical facilities is close by. Could be a great buy for somebody out there, maybe you. And let's see, it was just listed, so there's longevity with the seller, and it's 70 years old. It's nice when it has longevity with the seller. 38,900 hours right there in Roxobel, North Carolina, you guys. Nice. Okay, so now we're heading into Edenton, North Carolina. Now this one, Roanoke Rapids, because I should say this is part 1 of 2 because I didn't want the video to be too lengthy. So there will be another part to this, which will include that one that I just clicked off of. And those houses will be $55,000, $44,900, and $40,000. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here we're moving into Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, 27870. And this is at 193 Lincoln Street. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. This one has 936 square feet of living space, and it's on a little more than 1/4 of an acre. And again, we're in Roanoke Rapids, and Roanoke Rapids is in Halifax County, where the population is just under 15,300 people, and we're staying in the 0.73% real estate tax bracket. And this one's $36,000, so let's see what we're getting. Shingle roof. Look how cute this is. So we have awnings over the windows. It looks like we're on a brick foundation. Now we may be in a little community here. There's your water pump. That's always a good sign. $36,000 right here. They don't have to be new and shiny. Sometimes we have to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. For those of us that are okay with that, these might be what you're looking for, or one of them. $36,000, and in this area, the median sale price for a home in Roanoke Rapids is, wrote this down here, around $150,000. So you fix this up, you're looking at some equity and increasing the value of the home, your neighborhood, your communities. You're revitalizing. We all want to gain worth, right? Whether it's our own individual selves or the property that you seek. This is really, really cute. This has a ton of potential. Let's save houses, you guys. Houses with low prices and high potential. That's what it's all about here on this channel. I'd love to take a look at this. I think this is adorable. So there's your window unit for your AC. May need a new roof, this house. But when we're looking at just around 936 square feet of living space, put a little tin roof on it, metal roof. Looks like it might have fencing around there, but that might be the property next door. It's very shaded. Keep you cool in the North Carolina heat that's coming up. Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. So it looks like we're near a community center. That might be important to some of you. Yeah. So we have Some fun things nearby. Lincoln Heights, future home of Lincoln Heights Community Center. So you can maybe form a community farmers market, community gardens, community outreach, community conversations. Why not, right? This is cute. $36,000 right here. And that's at 193 Lincoln Street. They don't show us the inside, so we never know what the interior condition is going to be, but gives you all the more reason to go look at it. And that's where we can base our offers on the condition and what it's worth to you. It's been on the market 573 days. So yeah, there may be some serious issues with that, but maybe someone just isn't looking at it, or maybe they don't want to take it all down to the studs. It's hard to say. It's built in 1963. Let's look at our street view here. Look at this area. This is very pretty. So they do get a little bit of snow. Looks like we're on a dead-end road. Look at that. I think it's tucked behind the trees. That would be a very interesting property to view in person, in my opinion. And let's see our satellite view here. Where are we at? So yeah, we're at the end of the street. Here we are near, let's see, scroll, Belmont. We're south of Belmont, east of South Rosemary. Garysburg is over to our east. Gaston's up to the north. So we're almost to the Virginia line, not too terribly far from it. So we're above Halifax and Enfield. Henderson, North Carolina is over here to our west, and then we have Murfreesboro over to our east. And then we look at the satellite view, there we are, Roanoke Rapids, right below Gaston. So we're in northern North Carolina, 193 Lincoln Street. It's been on the market for a very long time. Don't be afraid to make an offer on that, I would say. And let's look at take a look at this little place in a quiet area on the dead-end street. Investors, buyers with skills, or anyone needing a project, call to see this one. And again, the listing agencies are in the description box. And there is only one seller for this property as well. It's 62 years old. Maybe no one's looking at it because there's no interior photographs, but man, that looks like a really cute neighborhood. Okay, so now we're moving, but we do diligence, right? We can't forget to say that. Okay, so now we're headed into Jackson, North Carolina. Look at this one, $25,000. It's on a little more than a quarter of an acre. This house has 1,116 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. It's at 8410 NC 305, Jackson, North Carolina, 27845. Now, Jackson is in Northampton County, where the population is around 413 people, and the median home values in Jackson are around $102,000. So another house that you possibly could build some equity in. And it's only been on the market 26 days, $25,000. Can't buy a car for $25,000 if you want a new one. I mean, this is kind of crazy. You can buy a pre-owned car for way less than $25,000 though. Just an FYI. Okay, so $25,000 for this one, and it's a little more than a quarter of an acre in Jackson, North Carolina. What are we getting? This is super cute. Nice little covered front porch. We do have our walkway there. Plenty of room for our pop of color, some potted plants, some flower boxes. If you're new to this channel, you'll learn that we like flower, or I do. Somebody said I should sell flower boxes. That like flower boxes. We like the lids closed in the, our bathrooms. Yeah, we have looks like a black shingle roof on this house. Black matching shutters. $25,000 in Northampton County, North Carolina, in Jackson. That roof looks good. Tucked back in the trees. Plenty of room for a fire pit and outdoor entertainment. Because, I don't mind coming to North Carolina, you guys. I'll bring the craft brew and the coffee for our morning. We can hang out and camp. Can you tell I'm just aching to go camping? Summer's almost here. From what I'm seeing just on this photograph right here, I just see potential. Looks like we're on a concrete block foundation. So here we're moving on to a light, bright interior, and look at that nice bead board. That's what it looks like anyway on the ceiling. But again, you can always have home inspections, have your general contractors come out. It looks like that may be, I'm not sure if they covered hardwood flooring. Not quite sure what that is. Maybe looks like peel and stick vinyl. Maybe it's a peel and stick laminate. It's hard to say without being in there. Gives you another good reason to go look at it in person. We do have a brick chimney. So here's our bathroom. This one's going to need some attention, but it's $25,000 list price, right? We don't expect them to be all new and shiny, but you can make them new and shiny. Get your gloves out. Bring your tool belt. Bring some friends, camp out, live on your own land, have your own house, do whatever you want with it. Here's the upstairs. That's cute. It's nice. Looks like those rafters are in good shape. Great storage. That's a great home office, letting all that natural light come in. Hardwood floor in that room. Yeah, they don't show us much, so again, we just don't know what we're getting into here, right? But that's all right. It's worth a look nonetheless. 8410 NC 305 Jackson, North Carolina. And let's look at our street view. Look at this. How pretty is this? You could grow some shrubs. You could put up a fence for privacy. You've got a whole line of trees. Do have some neighbors. The road might be a little busy. Look at that cute little place. That's a really pretty parcel nonetheless. And yeah, that's really cute. All right, so let's go back to where I was here. Sorry about that. And what it says here, property details, current structure not livable. However, that is based on what the agent says. My suggestion is you go take a look at it. Nice lot and structure could be salvaged, and you enter at your own risk creative terms available. So not sure what that means, but definitely contact the listing agencies that are found in the description boxes to give you more information on this. And this was sold for, this one was sold for $51,500 in 2012. It was sold again in May of last year for $60,000 after it was listed and removed. And then they listed it for $39,900. They removed it. Now they're down to $25,000. It's had a couple of sales. So really interested to find out more about this. And it's $25,000 and it's in Jackson, North Carolina. It's been on the market 26 days, a little more than a quarter of an acre. If the well, the septic, and the utilities are in working order, some people may say, and some may agree, that you're already ahead in your real estate game there. Because if your well and septic are in good working order, or even the well and electric, that's worth several $1,000s. A well and septic is worth several $1,000s. In some areas, more than $20,000. So if you can rehab this, maybe you can live in a part of it or put a camper in it or a camper on the property. $25,000, and that's the asking price. Jackson, North Carolina. Or we have this one here in Roanoke Rapids for $36,000 on a little more than a quarter of an acre. And then we have this one in Roxobel, North Carolina for $38,900 with some square footage on 3/4 of an acre. Never know what we're going to get. Wherever you are today, hope you're having a great day, everybody. And then again, this is first of one, so the next episode will be 55, 44.9, and $40,000 houses. And they're all going to be in North Carolina also. Houses with low prices and high potential. Gotta love it. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned. More houses are coming up, and you don't want to miss an episode. So hit that like button, because you never know, the house you're not looking for may be in it. See you next time. Cheers.